Alright guys, so we are going to do a quick embroidery today. I made some hoodies, some sweatshirts for my son's baseball team, and one of the coaches slash dad asked me to make one for him, so I'm going to do another one today. And then I might move on to some alterations while this is working. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just marking kind of where my interfacing is going to go. I find that works the best for me. I have this temporary spray. I have a mark here. I did a little bit of temporary basting. I'm going to put it about right there. I will cut off the extra once I get this stitched through. It shouldn't be this big. I just want to make sure that my frame will fit nicely in here with no issues. So I'm gonna press that like that. I'm gonna flip this inside out. So we're going to go back and make sure this is straight. It's going to be on this side. It's going to be a chest logo. Make sure this is flat in there. And I am going to take the bottom of my mighty hoop, stick her inside of here. I know that I want where this safety pin is. I know I want that to be the top. So that's why I put it a little bit higher. I feel like I should have put it even more higher, but that's where we're at right now. So now I just want to make sure that my frame is in the right place so that it is straight. I want to make sure that it is straight. I wish I had a frame, a mighty hoop frame for like this one. They have the little plastic frames, not plastic, but like little snapper things, but I don't have one for this size, which makes it a little bit more complicated. But actually, I'm not gonna worry about it. So I just want to make sure that this is straight. This is the top of my mighty hoop. I'm gonna pop it in there just like that. You can hear that? That's what you're looking for. You're gonna make sure that it is super snug in there. This is a hoodie, so I just want to make sure that it is not too low. This is about 3.5 below the neck line. Which if I put this kind of here and line it up, just about the width of this little placement guide. I wonder if they have these ones specifically for hoodies, because the hoodie doesn't necessarily have this neck shape, so it's not as easy to line up like versus a t-shirt. But I just put that in the center, and I want this to be like centered down from your HPS, maybe even a little bit further over. I feel like this height is pretty good as long as I keep my top of my embroidery right at the top of the frame. So I'm gonna open her up. She feels pretty snug in there. I'm gonna go to the machine. Check her, make sure she has thread. She's getting low, but we might be able to use that. Making sure I'm using my single arm machine. I do want to make sure that it is not like in the way. that none of the hoodie is in the way. So it looks kind of like this. I have it saved on my machine already, so I'm just going to pull this up. So I have my USB stick here. I'm going to find my file. I feel like some of these files need to come off of here. It's right there. We're going to hit set. This is a 3D file, so I'll go back to get my 3D film in a second. But I'm stitching it this way, so I need to rotate this. So now it's upside down, if you can see that. And then I'm going to add oops, this is way too big. I almost made a mistake there. Make sure you always triple check your spelling when you're doing this. Now if I bring this closer, if you guys can see any better. So this is what it's going to say, Coach Day. I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to place it. I feel like right about there is good. And he also wants me to add his kid's number, and I'm not sure where I should put it. On the other ones, I put it on the sleeve. Ideally, I don't want to like embroider in another place. Like I did that for the kids ones, but that wasn't necessarily my plan with this. And I don't know if I put it at the bottom. I only have 4 inches here, but let's see. I think I have an idea. Let's add one more. I like this font kind of. With the hashtag if it has one. Hashtag number 8. I do believe it says kid's number. And we're just gonna rotate you. And then we're gonna make you, I didn't resize this, but I can resize it afterwards to make you smaller. And just put you a little bit smaller. Over here. Maybe down here. Line them all up. I feel like it still needs to be smaller. Oop. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to the embroidery frame. You need to come all the way. Stitch it out. It's a little big right now. Way too big. This might be easier if we switch the frame. Let's try switching the frame because I kind of like it the way it is, and I don't want to resize the logo. So let's try with a bigger frame. I'm going to move the camera again, guys. Luckily for me, with the next size up, I do have a little thing on the bottom. So I have this side. So you guys can see. And And I have this guy. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this thing though. Like, I feel like some of the pegs don't make sense in my brain as to where they're placed. So this is an XL station, like extra large size. But this is the only frame that I actually have a, this is actually the only like stand that I have for one of my frames. I don't have this piece here for any of the other ones because it's really expensive. So I'll pop this in here like so. And I'm also just going to, let's just double it up. I've already put the sticky in there for the other one. Cut this piece to size. If you're watching it live, make sure you double tap the screen to send likes. Let me know that you're here. Say hi. You can also send gifts from the gift gallery. You can send super things. I wish that these pieces came already pre-cut to the size, but they don't. I guess I could pre-cut them myself, but I didn't. I want to make sure this is tight in here. Okay, we have this. Now that we have all of these pieces together, hi Maria, thank you for saying hello. Thank you guys for the likes. I'm gonna pop you on here. Make sure we're good on the sides, on the placement, so it has like, make sure you line the side, the seams up and the neckline and things up. This is kind of where I wanted it to start, about there. I feel like it's a little high. Try to move it down. Okay, so I wanted it to be about there. I can't spend too much time on this today. This wasn't what I was supposed to be doing today. So I'm going to come down just to make sure this is where I like it to be. Just make sure. Make sure it's on there straight and even, taut. So we're just going to take this piece here, pop her in like that, and should have a pretty firm, I guess I could have took the other piece off, but I didn't. Pretty firm placement here. Put her back on the machine. We're going to have to adjust the screws so that this frame will fit. Pull this all the way out. Make sure your hoodie is out the way. All of this stuff out the way. Don't want to be taking out any stitches. Alright, I like to stuff all the rest of this under here. Clean there. I realized I made a mistake here. I just checked my phone. His kid is number 3, not number 8. I feel like that looks small. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna keep it a medium. Get set. Rotate. Top 90s. Like so, like that. Let's get to the embroidery. And so you have a red dot here. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen. This is where I want it to be. This is where I want the top to be. So I'm gonna start by leaving that there, but I'm gonna move this over. I feel like my frame might be, like this still might need to move. Like this should be centered with the mark, and it's not. So I feel like I'm gonna have to move it. Nope, I might be okay. It's looking pretty good, guys. Make sure you guys continue to like the screen. You can send gifts to support my channel from the gift gallery and from Super Chat, Super Thanks. I like to run this a couple times to make sure that I am not going to hit the frame, because these are Mighty hoops. They don't come with this machine, but these are compatible for this machine. So if for some reason I put something in here and I don't trace it out appropriately, the needle will hit this and it will break a needle, mess up your needle bar. I did that once, and I feel like my needle is slightly off-centered because of it, so I always make sure to triple check my tracing. So I'm getting to about right there, so I'm pretty good out of the way of the frame. But again, I mentioned to y'all this is a 3D embroidery, so I gotta get the phone. I was gonna say, I actually don't know where the foam is. Alright, so this is what the foam looks like. It's 3D embroidery foam. I got this from a place locally. It's called Synergy Crafts. I usually just estimate this. I feel like I waste a lot of it because of it, but I'm still learning. So let's do this one more time. I'm gonna put this, that's too much. Put that there. So because my 3D part is red and my embroidery is a different color, I will be able to go in and trim, because most of my letters on here are regular embroidery. They're not 3D puffy foam. So it will, like, I don't want to get the foam underneath the other ones because it'll mess it up. So I'm going to push this here. It should start with the logo. Go and lock it down. I probably am going to need more thread, so the machine will probably stop at some point, but I'm doing my best to try to let the thread run all the way out so I don't waste it. So I understand that's probably very difficult to see. Hello, hi, welcome in. Oh, it's telling me I'm out of thread already. I'm gonna flip the camera, see if I can get it to have a little less exposure on this yellow. So I'm gonna go in here, pull this out just to make sure. Yeah, you see there, bobbin is completely empty. Now I have this other almost empty bobbin. I'm gonna bite the bullet and try to use the rest of this. I don't know if that's gonna work in my favor. Put this back in. Oh. I dropped my bobbin. Where did it go? Let's see. Looks like it's in there. I'm gonna back it up a couple. Lock it down. Keep. That doesn't sound good. Take that out of there. Oh, that's why it came out. Let's try one more again. It's like, I don't want to do this. Don't do this. Don't make me. Okay. Oh, is there a thread in here? That's why. There's your thread. I'm like, never fought so hard to get a bobbin case inside. Hi. Make sure you guys are double tapping the live. Make sure you send gifts via the gift gallery with your rubies, or you can send super chats. It's very hard to see. So this right here is the 3D Puffy foam. You just make sure that your embroidery files are formatted for 3D embroidery. And then you just pop it right on top. And you should be good to go. I have my machine stitching a little bit on the slower side because I do not have a stand. So my machine shakes a lot more than I would like it to. Hi Joyce, welcome in. So here you can see, sorry I have to keep moving the camera. You see it's stitched out. It's going to stitch the name like down here. So I'm going to carefully kind of pull this off of here. Like that. I'm going to leave that there for now. And now it will start stitching the rest of it, the headlock. And it should continue stitching out. Hi Claudette, welcome in. Thank you guys for the hearts and the highs. Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen to send likes and love the live. So it says this is like an 8-minute stitch out. It's about 3,800 stitches. Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen to like the live. I figured that was going to happen. That lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. So I'm going to change my bobbin. These are magnetic pre-round bobbins. I got these off of Amazon. If you check my Amazon storefront, you will find them there. So here, that's an empty bobbin. And then we're going to put the magnetic side down. You're going to thread it through the slit here. You're going to grab your bobbin handle, like so. Put it back in. In there. Bring it back a few stitches. Lock it. Try it again. Make sure you guys check out the gift gallery right next to the comment box. If you click the little gift box, you can find gifts from the gift gallery. You can also send super chat thanks there as well. All of those things help me support my life, help me maintain my machinery. All right, that section is done. Now we're gonna move on to the last part. All right, so it is completely done. Take this off. Take it back to the table. I was working on an embroidery while, an alteration while that was stitching out. So let's see what we have. Move this aside. We're gonna go in here, cut off all the extra. I always make sure that I'm cutting with the garment facing me so I don't mistakenly cut into my fabric because I've done that before. And that's not fun. This mistakenly had two pieces of stabilizer, but it's fine. Some people like to use two pieces of stabilizer. I haven't tried it enough to see if that is something I like or even want to do. So we'll see how today looks. But all right, what we have here. So we have our, make this look a little nicer. Cut out all of this stabilizer. There we have it. Keep those scraps for small projects. And this here is what that looks like. I'm gonna take this middle piece out. And there's always an extra thread right here. So cut that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but when the 3D Puffy like comes, like when it stitches out, you see how it looks kind of jagged, ragged looking. After you get done with it, take a heat gun to it and it helps clean up some of those edges. Look at this feet, guys. I have learned not to do this too close to it because it will kind of scorch your fabric. But I did that like after I had been doing a couple of them. So I feel like when it's first on and it's still kind of warming up, it's okay to be a little bit closer. But if it's already primed up and super warm, be careful not to burn your fabric. There's a little piece here. Might have to put a little bit of fray check on that. But this is what it looks like after you've hit it with the heat gun. You see how much smoother that looks? So this hoodie is done. Let's see if I can give you guys a good visual. Coach Day. I'm always worried about the placement. The placement always makes me like nervous. Like, did I get the placement right? So I always like hold it up to myself to make sure it's not too high, not too low. But yeah, it's right about there. Looks pretty good. Now, so I have to do one of these for my husband, but no rush on that. That is like the assistant coach, actually. So may have to the head coach did ask for one, but they said they would bring in their own hoodies because the ones that I did for the kiddos, I provided the hoodies. And I actually have my son's sweatshirt here. So they have like little nicknames. My son's nickname is Prime Time. So this is their little sweatshirts. And then I put their numbers on the sleeve. So these are the ones that the kids got that I made for them that we gave to them. They didn't have to pay for these, but the coach decided to buy one for himself. So one project completed. The next project is this alteration, which I should have been doing that first, but I thought it would be funner to start the live with something a little bit more interesting. But now I have to alter this skirt and something fell. Oh, there it is. I'm like, I felt like it was important. All right. My chair is super low because my good chair is behind here and I don't want to move it. So this is an alteration. I am going to take apart. So I've already taken apart this skirt. I don't really need to take this off because I'm going to cut it. But it has a center back seam and it has a lining. The lining was serged together. The skirt was just top stitched. It's like a pleather of some sort. I'm hoping I don't run into issues without using like a non-stick foot for my industrial machine. Like I have one for my home machine. So I'm hoping if I just sew on this from this direction, it has a top stitch. I don't know if I'm gonna add the top stitch back. We're gonna decide. But if I sew on this side, it's a little bit more fabric textured y. It should be okay. But we're gonna take in 1.5 inches. It was 1.5 and 1, and I'm just feeling like let's just make it 1.5. She wanted it to be snug. It wasn't really that big on her. So I'm just gonna take it in total and then she can, it'll stretch a little bit when she puts it on her body. Sometimes my watch disconnects and I have to reconnect it back. So I was typing in that code. All right, so this actually has, look, it just had like a half an inch, not even a half an inch, maybe 3/8 on the seam allowance. Ooh, getting sleepy. 3/8 on the seam allowance. So I want to, I am going to just do it this way. Happy Friday, y'all. Thank y'all for joining my live. Thank y'all for watching me sitting here sewing. Make sure you guys are double tapping the live. Make sure you like the live. And you can support my channel by giving super thanks in the chat. If you hit the gift box at the bottom of your screen, it's usually next to the comment box. You will find the super chat and you will find the gift box here on YouTube. They have rubies. I need to pull those out because I'm about to cut them. They have rubies that you can use to buy gifts. Sorry, you guys are staring at my chest. I just need a ruler. I don't know where my favorite ruler is or my favorite chalk wheels. I think it's time for a studio reset because I can't seem to find anything. Oh, that's wonderful. Get some water. All right. I'm gonna tape on it. So I mark it just to make sure. I'm actually just gonna leave this like this. Then we're gonna put you here, like so, like that. Lining up those marks. I'm gonna use my rotary cutter. And sometimes my rotary cutter is a little extra, so I need to go through it twice. Make sure I didn't leave any pieces uncut. We're gonna go here. I have one of these rulers that has a metal edge, so you don't cut it. It's somewhere in this work table of a life I have over here, but it makes cutting with the rotary cutter so much easier. You don't have to worry about cutting your fabric, cutting your plastic, and ruining your ruler. All right, so that's gone. And then I want to do the same thing to the lining here. Mm-mm. It's Pizza Friday here at my house, but I'm actually quite over Pizza Fridays, but my kids consistently still want Pizza Friday. So I'm trying to think of what I want to eat today. Ooh, excuse me. I really want seafood, but I can't enjoy it as much as I used to since my son has a seafood allergy. So I'm always like away from, like, I still eat seafood, but I just eat it away from my kids. I'm like hiding in my room eating a seafood boil because my kid is allergic to shellfish. And my kids live in Ohio. They were born in Ohio, but I am from Mississippi. And I'm like, how is it that I birthed a child allergic to shrimp? So I'm like, I'm not going to stop eating shrimp, but I'm just going to not eat it around him. It's my my saving grace. But I feel like I don't get to enjoy it as much when I can't just like sit, and enjoy it. All right. I have to do two skirt alterations. She just wanted them a little nip tucked, a little bit tighter. These are from Fashion Nova. You'd be surprised how many Fashion Nova things I get asked to alter. But I guess I'm not gonna say they're cheap because I've seen expensive things, in my opinion, expensive things on Fashion Nova, but cheaper items, they don't mind paying to get them tailored because they didn't cost that much. So I don't actually shop at Fashion Nova, so I don't really have a point of reference when it comes to the quality of their clothes. I just hear a lot of people talk about it. I work in fashion industry and corporate fashion industry. So I tend to just avoid the Sheins, Fashion Novas of the world unless I see something very specific that I would like. And even then, it's very few and far between. All right, this is done. Done in the matter of I cut everything that I need to cut. And oh, there it is. Okay. Right? Thank you, Fernando, for commenting on my live. I appreciate you. Make sure you double tap the screen to like the live. And there's a button down there with a little gift box, and you can send gifts using rubies, and you can send super chat things. My life together here. Actually, I'm going to plug in my serger. Move this. It's a little extra light over here. The first thing I'm going to do is, am I going to do that first? No. I'm going to sew this side first. See how this goes. But I'm also remembering that I don't have a bobbin. Yes. I ran out of thread when I was sewing something the other day, and I was so close to being done sewing. I was like, whatever color I have, that is the closest. That's what I'm going to use. So please refill my. I have a little bobbin case here where I keep all my bobbins, so I don't continue to make the same bobbins over and over again, which I tend to do anyways. Because if you see my case, there's 3 green bobbins already. Close that up. I want to wind this bobbin. Take this out. Oops. Here. Okay. Turn my machine on. Focus on. For the bottom. like to do 2 bobbins whenever I'm winding a bobbin, so I just took out another. Let's go ahead and do this. So I'm not going to run out of thread on this project, but I do have another project that I will be doing. From my other project. Here. Put this in here. We're going to rethread our machine. Thread the needle. There we have it. Alright, now we're going to sew this if I had pins. So I'm going to take out a little bit more of this. I need to be able to get in here to sew it. I'll put this back. After I take it apart. Alright, so we'll get a pin. Alright, we're going to sew this together. This is on basting, that's why that's not really right. The first half of my stitches was on a basting, so I'm going to do it again correctly this time. There we go. That's done. Take my pins out. And this did have a top stitch, so I'm going to try to put it back. Ooh. I need to finish my coffee. We're going to open that up. I'm going to stitch it from this side because it's very possible that I will have issues sewing on top of this leather with my metal foot without having like a non-stick foot, so I'm just going to stitch it from the inside. we have our center back seam and our top stitch. You can barely even see the difference. Now I'm going to use my serger. Going to use my serger to sew the lining back together again. Embroider. You can't sew over pins on your serger, so you have to take them out. So I just really use it to hold the fabric. Alright, so we have the lining back together. Now we need to attach the lining back to this top edge. I don't want to call it a waistband because it's not that. It's literally just a fold over. This in here. There we have it. And we're going to top stitch her down. Oh, I have to do the hem one more time. And there we have it. One of these are done. So, there's that. Ooh, I'm tired. Alright, so we're back to the table. Let's pause for a second. Alright. So we have another skirt that she wants altered. Now the issue here is it's denim. So I have to figure out where I want to take it from, because I have to put her label back on. Kind of want to take it from the side seam, from the back, because there is, I feel like that's just makes the most sense. Have to take it it's like the front skirt was fine when I had it on her. When I pinned it, I took a little bit out the front, but mostly like out the waist. I feel like we can make the back skirt panel smaller. I don't know what makes sense. I think it makes probably more sense to just take it out the back again, take the belt loop off. This yoke will get narrower, and then we'll just have to put the hem in versus taking out two side seams. The back pockets will be a little bit closer, but I would avoid messing with this graphic over here. It looks like she just wants me to take out well, this is an inch. Looks like 2 inches. So if I took out 2 inches here, those back pockets is gonna be touching. No, that's 1 inch and that's 1 inch. If I took out 2 inches here, 1 inch on this side, 1 inch on this side, the back pockets will still have a little bit of space. There is no center back seam. Looks like the waistband is cut all in one piece, so there is no seam. So we're gonna have to make one, which is fine if you're taking out a ½ inch. What time is it? It's 3:43. All of these out, and let's get this. Let's start with ripper. Let's see how this does, or if I should grab like a blade. What's this? Take the label out. Out the label. So now we're going to take apart the waistband. sewn in one piece, which is great. And then I'm just gonna actually cut this right down the middle, because all of that's gonna be taken in. And I'm going to take these. Is this a... No, it's not. I was wondering if it was like a chain stitch, like if it would pull right out, but it looks like a regular stitch to me. So I'm going to do this. It is a felt seam, so it's folded on top of each other itself. You have to get in there to open it, but you also want to do this without potentially ripping your fabric. Oh, it serged. They serged the edges together. There we go. They serged the edges together and then they sewed it. So that means I have an extra stitch to take out. It's like a safety stitch. Just get in here. Thank y'all so much for watching. It says there's 25 people in the room. If you're in the room, give me a purple heart. Tap the bottom to say hey, hello, what's going on, happy Friday. Make sure you double tap the live so that I know that you're here. Double tap the live just by double tapping your screen so that you can send a like to my live. Yeesh. Keep going. So we're getting over the yoke seam, which is some extra fullness there. My arms are getting tired already. Oof, it's gonna take me an hour to do this. Okay, I should have tried the razor. You know what? I'm coming to a decision. Hey! Oh, hi, Mimi! I actually don't need to do this. I'm gonna cut it. There we go. I decided to do this because I'm just gonna cut it anyways. So. I'm going to put this way. inch. Let's make it 1 1/4 inches. Thank you, Mimi. Yes, girl. Get on them sewing lessons. You know I'm here if you need my help. Thank you so much for sending a super chat. I appreciate you. Alright. Those are done. I do need to take out the hem. Thank you, Yarnard. Sometimes there's trolls in here. Like he popped in, he said that and didn't say anything else, so just let him go. So I just took apart the back seam and I'm going to take out this hem so that I can sew it back normal. Then I'll have to cut the waistband too. Well, I already cut the waistband. I'll have to cut it when I measure it back to the body. But I want to put a seam in it, so I might be able to just seam it and then put the seam allowance inside. So we're going to go back to the sewing machine. This actually has brown thread, but I'm gonna use this black thread for now because it's all gonna be on the inside. So it's not as important right now. And also if it had black stitching, I don't know if it matters much with it being a leopard. So the goal here is to make sure that that center back seam where the yoke is pretty aligned. Like I don't want that to be off. Back up. Hi Mimi, how have you been? What's been going on with you? I should have did these separately. I don't know why I didn't do that before, but I think it will be okay if I do them now separately. Oh, I forgot to unplug this. I'm gonna make this here. I'm just doing this so the fabric don't fray, because it wasn't a real felt seam like I thought it was originally, because one side was serged. Normally with the real felt seam, the seam allowances are in the inside, so you don't have to worry about fraying. live. What's going on?
Now, 2 cookies.
2 things that happened at school today. I'm on live, so back up.
I should try.
You did subtraction. And what else?
And I learned
Huh?
and I learned
Ing? What is, use it in a sentence.
the
King. King? Like he was a king?
But at the end
Okay. You can have 2 cookies. So I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. So I felt like the yolks could be just a little bit better aligned. So get out a little bit. And let's see if this comes together better. There. So you'll see the yolk comes to a point. Looks good. Now, what do I want to do with the rest of this? So I want to actually it's pretty close. I have a sewing class tonight. I only have 1 person who signed up. So I'm gonna go teach that class for about an hour tonight. And then I will probably be back on some type of live because I have some other sewing that I would like to get finished. So I decided I'm going to top stitch this, but I just changed my bobbin thread so that it will match all the rest of the top stitching on the outside of the garment. We're going to push it on to one side. If you're still watching the live, make sure you double tap the screen to like the live. You can send super chats just like Mimi on Moonlight. You can send super chats by hitting the gift box at the bottom of the screen next to your chat box. You can also just stop by and say hello. There is also a gift gallery where you can buy rubies, and you can use those rubies to purchase gifts. There's so many options when it comes to supporting the people that you're watching live. I have to come back to that. Not sure up in there. Alright, so now we need to master this waistband. here. Hi, Fernanda. Thank you for saying hello. So now I am going to sew these back together if at all possible. There's a top stitch in here. But it's a two-piece waistband, so that does not sound fun when it comes to putting this back together. If I sew up the one side, you know, I'm just going to sew it. But it's an over edge. If I take these apart, I'm going to have to put them back together. It's like it was all sewn together in one section. Oh, excuse me. I am yawning crazy today. Try to sew this and move the bottom layer out the way. I am finishing an alteration for a skirt. So the skirt was a little bit big, so I took in the back waist, or took in the back skirt all together, and I am now closing it up. So I'm finishing the waistband. But I had to add a seam to this because I didn't have one. So the way this is constructed, it does not have a seam. And there's really no way to clean finish it. So I'm gonna have to kind of make it a seam. So we need to finish this bottom edge. These are gonna have to come out. So I'm taking out more of the waistband seams so that I can have room to sew the other half of the waistband and sew the waistband back to the skirt. See if I take that stitch out. There we go. So hopefully I have enough space here where I can stitch it back together. No, this is for someone else. Someone asked me to just tighten their skirt up a little bit. I think she's planning on wearing this for like a birthday situation. It's a Von Dutch skirt that she got from Fashion Nova of all places. So there we have that. This needs to be cut. So now I have to sew the bottom of the skirt. Well, maybe I can do it all at once because all the rest of this is all sewn together inside of here. See if we can get this in here. Looks like there's an extra stitch caught into it. Yeah, it's like a leopard skirt with some patches. Just give me 1 second, I will show it to you. See if we open this up like so. Like that. And this here. Start from there. That went. So it's a little mini skirt. A little Von Dutch mini skirt. And then I am going to put her patch and her button loop back on, which I did not do for the other one, so I'm gonna have to go back. I'm starving, guys. I gotta find some dinner. Oh, I guess before I do this, I should, better idea, to put the belt loop back on first. Now, sewing this belt loop on is gonna suck, because for denim, they use a bar tack machine. Oh, I probably can make a skirt. Not I probably can make a skirt. I can make a skirt. I actually don't make skirts that often, but I have been wanting to make myself a skirt, like a full sheared, like maxi skirt. So I haven't gotten around to it because I've been busy sewing stuff for other people, but it's on my to-do list. Hi, hands. Alright, we got the belt loop back on. And now, trim that, trim this one, trim that too. So now let's put the other half of the label on. I don't like that that's pulling off of there. Hi Freddie, I live in Ohio, so I am a designer here in Ohio. Where are you from, Freddie? It says that you're a designer too, fashion designer. Okay. Oh, almost forgot. Gotta sew this hem back. This is why you always check your work. So I just cut out some extra bulk because I don't need it. And I'm gonna put the hem back in. Now she's complete. I put her back together again, but I have this one that we did earlier that I did not put my label back on. I need to put that back on. Yes. Huh? I don't know about today, Papa. Let me think about it, okay?
Okay.
Alright. We're going to put the label back on. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm in Ohio, United States. I don't know if this was through and through. Nah, it doesn't matter. Oh, before I do that, change these threads back. There's 45 people in the live and I only have 27 likes. Can you guys make sure you're double tapping the screen to like the live? Make sure you double tap the screen to like the live. You can send gifts by looking into the gift gallery. It's a little gift box down by your comment section. You can pop in the live and say hello. Send a text, say hi, happy Friday. You can also send super chats, super thanks, also located at the bottom by your comment box. Oh, I forgot my little, I have a new light that I just put in here because it's so dark, and sometimes I'm so used to sewing without it that I forget to actually use it. So I'm gonna put this label back on. Oh, I'm hot. I'm ready to take a break. I'm not sure what you mean, Salsa. Alright, her label is back. Her skirt is complete. Alright, I actually have one more skirt. There's 412. Let's see how far I get before I log off. So this skirt was brought to me by a client, and she wanted me, it was pants, she wanted me to make it into a skirt, which I did, but she bought it and all of the seams came raw, like no nothing. So I started the process of finishing the seams, and it takes forever because there is 1,000 seams on this skirt. It's like a patchwork skirt, so I'm like doing my best to like go through here and finish off these seams without taking the entire skirt apart. I just want to help her out because the moment she washes this, it is going to fray everywhere. Oh yeah, I use a lot of African print, so it's probably why she's like, how she found me. But it's like an African print patchwork, so it's like a whole bunch of prints put together. She bought it, but it wasn't finished. It is both. I am a fashion designer at my day job. I work for a legacy brand as a designer at my day job, and then I have a small business where I do this as well. I also hemmed this without thinking. Hi Sonia. I didn't hem it. I finished the edge of it without thinking about the fact that I wanted to go through here and finish all the seams. So now I have to snip all the bottoms where I sewed it together so that I can easily serge all of these seams. Oh man, my hair is in the way. I have been sewing for 18 years. I started sewing at 15, and I have been a fashion designer in the industry for about 11 years. 11 years this year. And some of these have like gore. my gosh, I still have so many to go. Okay, one here. All right, so quite a few, not that many. So all of these can't be finished 100% without taking them apart. This is my home. I have a home studio, and I have a regular studio, and then I have my job. I don't actually sew at work. I'm a technical designer, so I talk to factories about making clothes. I don't actually sew at work. So I basically at work tell factories what we want, how we want it made. How it needs to fit, how long it needs to be. Like, I communicate all of those things to the factories. The factory will send me a sample after they've done what I've asked, or at least attempted to. And then I put that sample on a fit model. I show it back to my designer, and she will say yes, or like, let's make these changes, and I communicate that to the factory, and then we do it all over. Thanks, yeah, it's alright. Dresses at my job. I really like dresses, so that's what I got fortunate enough to be able to work on. So I do all the dresses. I'm gonna do this pocket. Extra layers here because it's a pocket. If I'm sewing something that I've like designed, I can make my own patterns. I sometimes buy patterns online and adjust them, but I don't necessarily like send out. If I'm going to design something, I'm going to pattern make it myself and sew it. This skirt is really interesting. It's kind of like they just picked a bunch of pieces. They're not all the same. I'm not finding like anything consistent about this. It's like big triangles, small triangles. I think I'm almost there, guys. I'm ready to be done with this. I think there's like 5 more. Yeah, some of these triangles on this skirt like go to the top, some go to the bottom, some go halfway. Yeah, this someone bought this to me, and someone brought me this, and they said they bought it from just like a mainstream store. I was very surprised because it's really pretty, and I wouldn't have expected to find this just like at a casual like apparel store, but she did. And it was pants. She had me change it to a skirt for her. So I changed it to a skirt, and it is really pretty. It's so full. There's another triangle here. Which way we go? This way. No, there's a triangle on both sides. Okay. I actually need to go shop for some Ankara. I have a friend that's wanting me to do a project for her. To find some fabric for her. Alright, one on the other side. Make sure you guys check out the gift gallery. If you have rubies, you can send a gift to help support my channel. You can also send super chats. They are down in the bottom where you see the little gift box next to your comment box. You can also just send a hey, hi, hello in the comment section to let me know that you're here. You can also just double tap the screen and send a like. Well, this one's odd. Okay. Hi, is that Jarlene? Welcome, hello. Alright, so there's one more here. I'm just finishing some seams in a skirt someone gave me. It was a pair of pants. She wanted me to make this into a skirt for her. I've been putting off finishing it, so I'm like, let me go ahead and finish it. Thinking it might be almost done. Okay, there's one here that's not done. folks are better than me. Oh yes, I do charge people for alterations. I only charged her like $40 for this though. I probably should have charged her more. Hey, I charged her $40 to change it into a skirt from pants and to close the seams. Going. Okay. I'm not sure what happened here. It looks like I missed a bunch of these. I thought this side was already done. I started this before today. It looks like there might be a couple more. Thought I was done. Spoke too soon. I'm just hungry. I'm ready to go get some food. I'm starving. Now this is the last one, I do believe. Oh. within reason. I believe all of these are done. And now I'm gonna finish this edge. Okay, let's get back to it. Alright, done with that. It's Friday. What are you guys having for dinner? I'm starving. I am working on a skirt. It's an alteration. So I just finished all of these seams and now I'm going to put a hem in it. But oh, I can give you guys a preview. Don't want to see the ceiling. So this is the skirt. It's a bunch of strips of fabric that were like put together. It was a pair of pants and she wanted me to change it to a skirt. So I took out the rise shape and seamed them together. And now I am about to hem it. Oh yeah, I'm typically sometimes very tired after a day of sewing. It's very pretty. I'm almost like I am almost wanting to see if I can go find me one at the store because it is really pretty actually. Oh, what is happening today? Oh, this only has my calendar. I have an appointment today, but I can't remember if it's 5 or 5:30. So I'm like, let me triple check my calendar so I know what time I need to get off of the live. But this is not showing anything. Showing my calendar, showing my calendar. Let's see. Okay, I'll have to figure that out. Well, I'm just about to... Oh yeah. I actually have a coffee somewhere around here that I haven't finished. I actually haven't been sewing that long today. I've only been sewing about as long as I've been on live. Some days I sew all day, and today I was off work, so I only started sewing at like 3 o'clock or something whenever I hopped on the live. 1 second, guys. Alright, my appointment is at 5:30, so I have about an hour. I'm going to hem this, and then I'm going to get off live because I want to eat some dinner because I am starving. And I want some water because it is warm. I'm almost out of water. But yes, and I'm not sewing in my right chair, so I feel very low to the floor right now. I'm just gonna do a roll hem on this guy. So just gonna open her up. That's why I hem this edge. It makes it a lot easier to do a roll hem. I'm just gonna flip it in, double roll it. You get about a 3/8 inch hem, because the trim is about 3/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to roll it in, and I'm gonna stitch it. And this skirt has a lot of fullness, so it's probably take me a few minutes. So if I don't look up right away, just give me a second. I will respond to you. Yes, it's 4:40 here in Ohio. So it's about almost 5 o'clock here. It takes me about it takes me about 10 minutes to get to my studio, 15 minutes if I'm not like rushing. And I also have a sewing class after my, I have a client tonight, then I have a sewing class. So I'm gonna be there till about 7:30 tonight. So I do want to get something to eat before I leave the house, so I'm not starving. But I'm here to answer any of your sewing questions, because again, like I said before, I've been sewing for a long time, and I do teach some beginner sewing lessons. I'm still trying to work out like how do you do the next level sewing classes after you do the beginner sewing classes. Yeah, I am definitely hungry today. I have not... What did I eat today? I had a yogurt and I had eggs and bagels for breakfast. I had like some protein yogurt this morning. I'm very bad about stopping to eat, but my children get out of school early on Fridays, so I have to like pick them up. So I was running around like during a lunch time frame. So by the time I got home, sat down for a few minutes, I was like, you know, let's get this sewing done. And now here I am. I'm just going to continue to roll this hem over. I started my live today with embroidery. I finished my one embroidery order. I will probably have another embroidery order. I have to do a sweatshirt as well for my husband. There's no super rush to do that though, because it's just something I'm doing because I have one. But it's about to be the weekend. I actually have a hand-knit teddy bear class tomorrow, but no one has actually signed up for it, so it's probably going to be canceled. I do have a hand-knit blanket class coming up. It's still pretty warm outside, so I feel like it's a little difficult to sometimes get people into classes because it's nice outside. You don't want to be inside a building sewing. You want to be out and about having fun. For the last few minutes of the live, can we get a couple more likes on the screen? Just double tap the screen to 10 likes if you have not done so already. I also have the ability to receive gifts. So if you check out your gift gallery and you have rubies from YouTube, you can use those to buy gifts to support your favorite creators. You can find the gift gallery down in the bottom of the screen near your chat box. It's usually like a gift box or something like that next to the comment box. And then you can use rubies to send gifts to your favorite creators. No, I teach sewing. So people come to me to learn beginner sewing. Mostly I teach people how to get started. Like, this is how you thread your machine. This is what this does. These are things that you need. So yeah, that's mostly what I do in my classes. And then I also have like sewing project classes. So like I have a tote bag class, and I have like a pillowcase class that I teach, and I've done them for like summer camps as well. But summer is over now, kids are back in school. So trying to find a new area where I can continue to teach people about sewing, to pique people's interest when it comes to sewing. Okay, hopefully I'm getting close to the end. Yes, I am. Almost done. Alright, where are we? I've made it to the end. Let's see if we can get 40 likes by the end of the live. I'm almost done. If I can have 2 people that are still watching the live, just double tap the screen to send a like. I would really appreciate it. See if we can get 1 more super chat for today. It's a way to say thank you. It's a way to say I enjoyed and support your live and continue what you're doing. You can find super chats down at the bottom of your screen, next to the gift box. That's next to the comment section. All you have to do is double tap the screen to like the live, or you can click those 3 little dots on your screen and you can like the live that way. Oh no. Okay. Right. So we are done with this, and I feel pretty accomplished today for 2 hours. Ugh, I gotta do it that way. Fluff and fuzz everywhere. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching. Okay, I did that, and I did it absolutely wrong. Okay, try that again. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I'm learning and growing as I build my channel. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bells and all of those things. But here is the skirt. It is complete, ready to go back to its owner. There's some threads in here that need to go away. Clip them. I don't even understand why there's threads though. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Alright guys, it's Friday. I have to get ready to go to my sewing class for today. If you have any questions, I have tons of videos on learn how to sew. You can check them on my shorts and on my channel. And I should be going live this weekend. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do the hand knit blanket class. Some people was asking about it on my TikTok. So if you also follow my channel on TikTok, it is Sewing with Tay, same as here. I might go live Sunday and do a hand knit blanket class, and I should probably do a per view so you know what to get as far as like fabric and stuff or yarn and stuff. So I will let you know. But until next time, y'all, bye.